Hello, everybody. This is the one and only Mr. LP Steven Sykes. I pray everybody is doing well. I am very saddened and just very, very sad about how these debates have been going and what's just putting out there. And it's just really a lot of trash. I wonder when you sit back and watch these debates and things, I wonder there's a lot of things that's going on in my mind. Majority of the debates are talked about two things that really you can't do anything about right now going forward. One of them being these emails and this issue with the talk and things. I find it disturbing because it's the fact that, okay, we get the emails, it's moved on, it's handled, there's not much we can do about it right now. And with this thing, it's over 11 years ago and it does matter. But the thing about it is, I find it that it's this big public outrage with women over this. But then there was no outrage of all the other stuff and hideous things he said towards women over the years. And then just currently, you didn't care about the use of inflammatory terms regarding African Americans, blacks, and the Hispanics and things. Just the negative and acrimonious way you speak towards us is very wrong, and it's just sad. But I see these debates, and there's a lot of issues that they're just not answering, or even if they did touch it, it's like, really, do we need to hit the reset button on these things because they just keep going on and on? One of them is just like, what are you going to do about the shootings in the U.S. with the gun control? There's still, that seems to be really have dropped off the radar regarding the gun control, what could be done, how can we can get more safety regarding it, checkups, all these different things regarding it. Another thing with these schools, our kids bringing guns to schools, what type of responsibility are we enforcing out there so our parents and our parents of these children here and just people in general, whether you have children in these schools or not, what are you doing to help so then that people can feel safer, that our schools are safe for our children? It should never be a situation where I don't even know that some kid gets mad and they're going to go to the middle school, high school, or elementary school, whatever, and start shooting at the place where kids bring guns to school because of bullying and all these other different things. When are we going to address the systemic issues regarding that? That's just very bad. Excuse me for the beep. The other issue that I'm having an issue is the police control and the justice. What are we going to do about the militarization of our local police force? Granted, yes, the guns and weapons are out there, but still there's a lot that could be done besides the overuse of police and giving them military tactical equipment. And when giving them these opportunities, giving these equipment and everything that goes along with it, is setting a different mindset. The military is designed to do, the first and foremost, is kill. So now you're setting that mindset by giving them the tools, the tactics, all these different things to use to quote unquote enforce our community. This is just a bad practice. What we're going to do with our education standards in schools, the Common Core, these standardized tests, the child left behind, all these different things are just not working overall. Every kid can't be tested the same way. Each community has their own way of how to do things, and you need to adjust to the needs of that community. By forcing certain things, you are, granted, yes, we need to learn some things, but you are also taking away the ability of our individual teachers to be able to teach and use their skills. Again, apologize for the beat. So those things are kind of great concern for me. We need to find some type of way that we can test our students and our kids, but also provide more accurate ways of learning besides the same book and mortar. We always want to advance and grow our mind and our opportunities, but then when we have those opportunities, you won't use them. We can't do that. All our schools are just don't have the budget or over budget because of just lack of resources, and we need to find a way to fix that. There's no reason why schools do not have enough money to operate. What are we going to do with our money for teachers? Teaching should be one of the highest paid professions ever in the world. People are spending time, their energy, sacrificing their lives, their own families, just to help keep a classroom together. But I know so many teachers that are just starving and just trying to do what they can and make it, and they're not asking anything because they just believe in the common good. And my goodness, for all the teachers that's poured into me, my friends, family, and everybody else, can we finally? I was thinking that, by goodness, by the time I get their age, when I was 16, 17, 18, and by the time I'm 40, 41, that teachers be paid better, and you're not. If not, worse. We need to find a better way. What we're going to do about this pipeline that they constantly want to do over Native American territories and lands, and just not willing to find alternative ways to fuel and take care of things, but we're going to build more pipelines and over traditional land and the things that's supposed to be protected by the government. But again, you want to take it for your own selfish reasons. Yes, we need things, but there's a better way of going about it. If we would spend the time from beginning and now, we can catch up and do more things of positive education and towards more ways to fuel our economy. We should be so further along. We have to fix a lot of things with our suspensions, with our students and just minorities overall. How the court systems are over prosecuting minorities overall for something that many of our Caucasians are not getting suspended for or prosecuted for. Things like that need to stop. What are we going to do about the wage gap? What are we going to do about the technology gap? We still have over, I think the high-speed internet access is only still about 43% of the country, if that, and I think I'm stretching it. So what we going, and the high speed is only defined like something like over like 1 or 2 or 3 megabits, and that's really not doing anything today. Especially those kids who don't have access to school and studying for more online videos and testing and video work, SATs, researching for college or while you're in college, all these different things. People say, "Oh, just go to the library," but these libraries got 2 or 3 computers, and if they work. Ill-equipped, the kids can't get online to do stuff, all these other different things. Think about that. You talk about getting these kids laptops, but then they don't even have internet at home in a lot of areas. So we need to do things like that, fix that. What are we going to do about to get the banks lending and helping people, helping more education programs to help those who may not have access, and then maybe get opportunities out for them, so then that way they can learn what they need to do, not just bully them of how your credit's poor and you're not going to get anything. No, show the meaning of our credit system and how it could be worked for the better. Granted, it's still a racist system, and it is a system that discriminates against people of color and the poor. But still, we could find more ways to get more of us in homes, because everybody should be in a home or an apartment or in stable housing, or wherever the case may be. Your first stage of investing is your home, but at some point, I would like for everybody to get in one at some point in time. And I have nothing against anybody in apartments, because in some areas that's just culture. New York, more people in apartments than they are in homes because the price is too high and there's no land for it than those who already have it, condos and things like that. But we need to fix the banks for that. We need to fix the redlining and go after these banks that's still presenting that illegal practice and more. We need to do more about our jobs. Many of our minorities are still 2 or 3 times out of work. They're still suspending children. We only make like 13% of kids in preschool, but over 52% are still being suspended compared to others. Criminalization, just a lot of different things. Those things is what I personally would like to see addressed in the upcoming debates. The second point of this conversation, this video, is I really want us to pay attention to how we are accepting things and going about things as an adults. And let me tell you why. two different things. One with the debates here. All these people that's approving and saying Trump won and Trump this and Trump that. You see how poor behavior and how he's conducting himself. If you're accepting this and your children and other friends are seeing this, what is that type of message you're sending to your children that this is okay? Is this how you should talk to women? Well, we had this hurricane that came to the East Coast, and then we have, throughout the U.S., we have our tornadoes, our floods, and fires, all these other different things. But this was a very good educational moment, and a lot of people who are directly in the eye of this storm, and people are just like, I don't care, I paid good money for windows, I should be all right. Glass breaks, slits in the throat, or building falls down, whatever the case may be. And people are getting hurt and dying when you had the opportunity to do things. Now, you're not teaching your youth around you and the young people to go forward and prepare yourself. Your water, all the other different things that you need to have to prepare for the storm, batteries, radio, flashlights, all these other different things, portable chargers for your cell phone, not just so you can still be online, but you can just do a whole lot more. We really need to do a better job of showing our children how to prepare and how to conduct ourselves as adults. Because yes, some things you need to question, and there's a proper way to question authority. There's a proper way to buck the system, as you might want to say. But to do things in an improper way, as you see the candidates here, are not listening to warnings and other things, you're teaching kids defiance in an improper way. And then now when your kids go out and about, be disrespectful to other adults and all this other stuff and act poorly in school, where do you think they're getting it from? Look at yourself first. Before you start blaming your neighbors, your kids, other kids around at the schools, whatever, start looking at what you're doing with your home and what you can do to change. And if you're struggling, look to your community, and our community needs to surround others who are looking to do better and help their families, and those who are actually doing a good job, but sometimes children do go a different way. Then let's see what we can do to help and uplift our communities instead of just quickly throwing them in jail. So there's a lot of different things. Sometimes, whatever happened to the days of you didn't get along with parents or something went wrong or whatever, but, cousins lived with their other aunts, and, friends used to stay with their other friends' house more so, and they lived with their friends and end up graduating and going to school together and all that type of stuff. Things happen. Communication happens or goes on wrong in homes all the time, all over the world. What happened to us where we used to take care of our own within our community, regardless of color or kids? We still have people who are kind enough to let everybody play at their house because you knew where everybody was, that type of thing. But we're not reaching out to those people and saying, you know what, thank you, give them a card with some money, because God knows they're spending their food and their money helping feeding all these kids and stuff like that, or printing so they can do their homework and get their assignments done, all these different things. Or something was going on at home, and there's maybe a divorce or some other issue going on at home. You used to stay at your friend's house for a week or two and went to school back and forth, or the summer. We need to start supporting people like that who are making an effort in our communities and doing what they can. Those things are very, very important. But those are just some thoughts. Please share your thoughts, cares, concerns. Again, this is the one and only Mr. LP, Steven Sykes of Enliven Radio, part of LegacyInternetRadio.com. If you have any questions, feel free to post on my wall, Twitter, Enliven Radio at gmail.com. That's ENLIVEN radio at gmail.com. I thank you very kindly, and we broadcast each and every Tuesday from 7 to 9, sometimes a little bit further. Do take care, vote, even though you may not have a candidate out there that you may like, but we need to take part of our political process, not just nationally during the general election, but we need to take opportunity in every single voting opportunity to get out there and vote. Millions should be doing every single season and every single election. Do take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.